A lunch break shattered my marriage, but it also saved my life. It was an ordinary Tuesday afternoon when everything changed for Marcus Coldwell. Marcus, a dependable operations manager at a medium-sized tech consultancy, had spent the last several weeks drowning in back-to-back meetings, system issues, and relentless deadlines. Burnout crept into every corner of his life. He barely slept, barely spoke to anyone beyond Slack messages, and hadn't taken a proper lunch in weeks. So that day, on a rare whim, he gave himself permission to unplug, just for an hour. Instead of heading to the usual deli downstairs, he got in his car and drove across town to a little cafe tucked between an old record shop and a florist. It wasn't random, it was the cafe he and his wife Leah used to go to back when they were just dating. The place had history, memories. As he stepped inside, the scent of ground espresso and warm croissants hit him, stirring a subtle smile. It had been years, but everything felt the same. The vintage decor, the soft jazz playing low in the background, even the same barista behind the counter. He picked a quiet table near the window, ordered a turkey panini and black coffee, and pulled out his phone, intending to catch up on emails. For a brief moment, time slowed. The gentle clinking of cups, quiet conversations, and the sun pouring through the window made him feel oddly peaceful. Then everything changed. Marcus looked up, casually watching people pass outside, when he saw someone that knocked the air out of his lungs. There across the street was Leah, his wife, the woman who had kissed him goodbye that very morning before heading to work. But she wasn't alone. She was walking hand in hand with another man, tall, confident, laughing with her in a way Marcus hadn't seen in years. Their faces were close. Too close. Marcus blinked, frozen in place. His hands trembled slightly, phone slipping from his grip onto the table. It couldn't be. Leah was supposed to be at a staff meeting across town. Not here, and certainly not like this. The man leaned in, whispering something in her ear that made her laugh and swatted him playfully. Then they both entered a boutique across the street. Marcus felt his chest tighten, bile rising in his throat. His world tilted. For a fleeting second, he tried to rationalize it. Maybe it's innocent. A coworker. Cousin. Maybe she's planning a surprise. But the intimacy in their body language told him otherwise. Swallowing his disbelief, Marcus paid for his lunch and stepped out into the crisp air. He didn't plan this. He never imagined himself trailing someone like a detective. But he needed the truth. From a safe distance, he watched through the store windows as Leah held up outfits, modeling them, twirling. The man nodded and smiled, wrapping an arm casually around her waist. They look like they're in love, Marcus thought bitterly. After nearly half an hour they left the boutique, and headed straight to a boutique hotel just a block away. Marcus stopped in his tracks. His stomach dropped. The door closed behind them, and reality finally caught up with him. His wife was having an affair, and fate had just dragged him into discovering it by accident. That night, Marcus walked into their home like a stranger. Leah greeted him at the door with a kiss and a cheerful, "Hey babe, how was your day?" He stared at her, stunned by her ease. How could she lie so effortlessly? "Busy," he replied, forcing a neutral tone. They had dinner. They talked. She laughed at a show they watched together. All the while Marcus sat there, watching her like she was someone he didn't recognize. Someone capable of betrayal, yet acting like everything was normal. For the next few weeks, Marcus said nothing. He became quiet, observant, careful. He watched Leah more closely. Her new habit of taking calls in the bathroom, her team-building nights that suddenly popped up on the calendar, her sudden interest in yoga with no visible mat in sight. The puzzle pieces clicked together too easily. Eventually, Marcus hired a private investigator, a step that felt like both a violation and a necessity. He needed truth. Undeniable truth. What came back shattered him. Photos, timestamps, hotel receipts, long afternoons spent with a man named Eric Delgado. Not a coworker, not a friend, but someone Leah had met at a local conference. They'd been seeing each other for at least 4 months. Romantic getaways, cozy lunches, even fake work events that were really nights in upscale suites. Marcus stared at the evidence late into the night, emotions tearing through him. Betrayal, fury, heartbreak. But also clarity. The next morning he didn't wait. He laid the envelope on the kitchen table as Leah sipped her coffee. "Leah, we need to talk." She looked up, surprised at the serious tone. "What's wrong?" "This." He slid the folder across the table. Leah opened it, her hands trembling. As she flipped through the photos and dates, color drained from her face. "Marcus, I can explain." "No, don't," he interrupted calmly. "I've seen enough. I just want to know why." Tears welled in her eyes. She looked down, then back up at him with guilt smeared across her expression. "I don't know," she whispered. "I never meant to hurt you. It just happened." Marcus's voice cracked slightly, but he stayed firm. "I gave you everything I had, Leah. We built a life together. And you threw it away like it meant nothing." The silence between them was more damning than any argument could be. In the days that followed, Marcus moved out. Their house, once a home, now felt like a graveyard of broken promises. He filed for divorce. Leah called, messaged, cried. She apologized, begged. But Marcus didn't respond. He had nothing left to give her. Instead, he threw himself into rebuilding. He reconnected with old friends, started trail hiking on weekends, enrolled in a woodworking class just because he could. Slowly, the fog began to lift. One sunny afternoon at a nearby park, Marcus paused to watch a young family, a father twirling his daughter, the mother laughing as she filmed it on her phone. For the first time in months, Marcus smiled, not with sadness but with something new, hope. He realized then that while Leah's betrayal had broken his heart, it had also given him a gift, the chance to start over, to rediscover who he was outside the confines of betrayal and routine. He hadn't just lost a wife. He'd reclaimed himself. Marcus's story is one of devastation, but also of resilience. Because sometimes, the life you planned must fall apart for the life you deserve to begin.